All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Mindset and Movement. Many of you are watching this recording. I know that's cool. I got some big requests for hip openers this month and also mid back. So if there's ever if there's ever something that you want me to hit on, a movement you want me to review, be sure to email that in if you know you can't make it. Um, Also, right now, if you're watching this, our calls are at 10 a.m. Central. And I sent out a survey either last week or the week before. Gosh, all y'all, just so you know, my family and I've moved over the last week, and it's just like my mind has been melted. Days run together. But I was curious as to what time works best. If at 10 a.m. Central works best, and it's just been funky lately for some of you, or if 12 p.m. Central works best for you. Those are the times that work for me right now with my calendar, and we could switch it come June. Just let me know. Email in info@birthfit.com. Doesn't hurt my feelings either way. I just want, I know y'all watch the recording if you can't be here, but I also know how important coming together in live community is. So think about that class time and then let me know. All right, we're going to start on our backs. And for those of you that have bellies, big bellies and watching, let me know. You know, I'm somebody that did exercises on my back throughout pregnancy. It was fine, it was comfortable for me. But if you're watching this and it's the recording and you're like, hey, I did that for a little bit and it didn't feel too comfortable, let me know because I don't know about the experiences you have in your body unless you tell me. And then I can adapt and go from there. Feedback is always welcome. All right. So we're going to start little basic stuff. We're going to start on our backs, knees bent. I'm going to move these blocks just a little bit. All right, so first, check in with yourself. Bring your hands to your womb space, and ideally, you put your thumbs on your belly button and you got a nice triangle going on, and that's kind of lines up nicely with your womb space. If your knees want to fall out, maybe spread your feet a little bit and allow your knees to go in. I find that allows a little more spacing in the sacroiliac joints if you can allow your knees to go in just a little bit. And from here, we're going to check in with our breath. Go back to that diaphragm breath. You got my daughter in the background. So breathe in through your nose, and exhale. Next one, inhale, fill up. I want you to fill up so you can feel your body move along the ground. And a longer exhale. We're going to do two more of those, and I really want you to feel your muscles, your fascia, everything move against the ground on your inhale. Excuse me. Excuse me. On your next inhale, fill up. Have the energy, the air go all the way down to your perineum. And then long, audible exhale. Ha. Next, bring your knees and feet parallel. So you're kind of waking up. And if it feels good, shift your pelvis against the ground. You can kind of rock it side to side. Do a few pelvic tilts. You're waking up that sacral space, that joint, our root chakra. Yeah. And from here, take your left leg, put your left ankle on your right knee. We're gonna move that. And allow your right knee to drop out to the side. If you have a big belly, you might want some props here. You might want this block to allow your knee just to go a little bit to the ground. You might want a pillow under your head, um, or to be somewhat inclined. But like I said, every human body is different. So breathe in. We're going to take 5 breaths. You're breathing into this space here. If it feels good, if you want to do a T with your hands, do it. Three more breaths. Stay for the last exhale. Inhale everything back to center. If you want to, you can help your legs back to center. Feet planted on the floor. And you can do a little sacral movement. See what feels good. You can go around a circle. And then right ankle, left knee. If your arms were out in a T on the other side, let's do it here. If they were still here, we'll keep them there. The hardest part about this movement and some of the other movements is once you establish that position, don't move. Because as you take more breaths, if you spend more time in this movement, that allows the muscles to kind of melt and relax into that space a little more. One more big breath in. And long exhale. Inhale back to center. Feet on the ground. Shift around. Woo. All right, and we're going to do a dead bug. So you're going to bring your feet up in the air. Externally rotate your knees. Arms up. Act like you have a big old physio ball right here between your knees and your elbows. Elbows nice and bent. Get those shoulders out of your ears. We're going to inhale and move on the exhale. If you're somebody, hold on, can't do all the things while I'm talking and moving. If you're somebody that is experiencing prolapse symptoms, try moving on your inhale. So it might look like this. Remember, our breath is our friend, connects us to the physical and the non-physical. So play with it. We're going to try a few more reps on each side. I didn't even give you a number. That's fine. And then feet go to the earth. If it feels good, rock your knees side to side. So all movement starts with our breath. And core work, core everything is breath related. And therefore, all movement can be core work if we are intentional with our breath. So roll to one side. You're going to push up. Try. Push up with that elbow. Boop. And now you are in that shin box position. Cool. Waking up here. So gently roll over that front hip. Once you feel like you've done 5 to 10, lift your knees. If you need to put your hands behind you, I did this as my belly grew. You're going to shift your knees to the other side. And if you need to put a hand down, do so. Y'all, it's your body. You're having this conversation with your body. Yesterday, I shared a video on social media. It was one of our coaches. Lift your knees, roll back. and she was coaching somebody in this movement that we're about to do. Um, so I'm gonna show you. Lean forward, push up. Now we're starting to activate some of this good stuff here. Um, and she was pregnant and she had her holding a weight. And y'all, that's one of my favorite things to do. But somebody else commented, "Oh my God, I didn't know, I didn't even think to add weight to that movement. I'm mind blown." So I want you to keep like be open. The BirthFit basics, people get turned off by them because they're basics, they're foundational. But y'all, we are only limited by our creativity. So the sky's the limit, right? We're gonna try for 5 on this side. That's 2 or 3, 4, 5. All right, and then sit back down, shimmy your feet, and then the other side. You do need a side to go slightly forward here. And then your right glute in this situation, this leg that's in front, that is the leg, that's the knee that's pushing into the ground where that glute's activated. 3, 2 more. And then back down. All right, we're gonna shimmy to the other side again. Y'all might hate trying to think what we're gonna get into but today, but y'all might hate some of this stuff. We're gonna go up, bring that leg around. We're not gonna stand up, but we're gonna sit as far as we can. If you want to go all the way back to your heel, you can. And then use this front leg. Here, let me scoot back a little bit so you can see. So I'm in this position. This foot, this big toe, this heel should be on the ground, and it's almost pulling you forward. So now, once you're at the top, check in, like, is that weight in? You're starting to shift the weight. Like, it's not going to be all the way, but as this leg pulls you up, this leg is pushing into the ground. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And keep that big toe on the ground. That big toe is so important for glute activation, the chain all the way up. Last one. Ooh. And then, boom, you come back down. If you have space, you'd sit, and then you'd shimmy your legs to the other side. I'm going to try to stay back here so you can see. Lean forward. Bring that leg around. Woo! If you need to, put that hand on the ground. And from this angle, you can see I sit back and then pull myself up. Sit back, pull myself up. So you can see, this will be 3. Let's say this is a kettlebell. Maybe you did some shin box flows with a kettlebell. And now, ooh, girl, you're using this kettlebell to add a little bit of challenge to bring you up. And then come back. Woo. All right, shake those legs out. We're going to go into a straddle position. All right, booty tissue out of the way. And all the shin box stuff I did throughout my 3rd trimester. I definitely put my hands on the floor. Gave me an extra, kickstand brace at times. But yeah, I did it. I did shin box. I did those with kettlebells. It was great. All right, inhale, reach up. Gently flex your toes, one hand down. We're gonna do a little side bend. Brings me back to the old days of gymnastics. Take a few breaths here. We're kind of just warming up for something else we're getting into. Inhale, reach up. And then other side. All right. Let's do that one more time because that felt good. Inhale, reach up. Back to the first side. Take about 3 breaths. Inhale, reach up. And second side, last side here. There we go. And then back to center. Okay. Let's take our left leg. This you might want to inch in just a little bit, maybe not as big as a straddle stretch. This leg's going to be here. If you are pregnant, this may get challenging. It did for me just a little bit. This is where I used a lot of back hand support. But here, even just sitting in this position is challenging for your spine. And what I did a lot of times was try to stack my spine. So now, right, we're limited by our creativity. We're changing the position of the straddle of this. We were here, we've been here, now we're bringing it up. And so from here, put your hands out, put your hands up, wherever they feel great. Take 3 diaphragm breaths. And we're trying to maintain that neutral spine. And then put that one out. Flex your arms if you need to. Bring this one up. Y'all, just in this simple exercise, there's neutral. You will find a difference side to side. Okay, shake it out. You need to bring it in, do so. All right. Now, here's where it's going to get a little tricky, especially if you have a belly. Do the best you can. If it's too much, I'll talk to you along the way. All right, left leg up. You're going to take this hand, reach back, lift your hips up. So this is hip opener, hip activation, arm strength. Try that 3 times. This arm's just support back here. If that's too much, bend this leg. So you're here. You can bring your feet in. If you like the boom. This kind of brings me back to a little jujitsu days. From here, you're going to drag this leg and bring it through. Let's just land on the knee for there. So bring it back, whoop, lift up, bring it through. And yes, you have to have shoulder stability. One more. Bring it through. From here, simply roll over into a downward dog. Yay! Breathe in and exhale. Inhale your heels up. Exhale, drop them to the right. And breathe. Inhale your heels up and drop them to the left. Y'all get a beautiful booty shot of me. One more. Inhale your heels back to center. Walk your hands back. If it feels good, go to the bottom of a squat. And you can move around here. Hands down. Lift up your booty. Walk your hands back out. You're going to take that right foot and bring it through. And now we're back where we started. And yes, you guessed it, we're going to do something very similar on the other side. So bring that right knee up, left knee out. Let me move this. Left hand goes back. We're just going to start lifting up. one thing you can even do here is like open up this groin space. Is when else does this, like, pull this tissue up, pull that tissue down, pat it, 'cause there's lots of lymph in there. Like, when else does that space get love? All right, since you know what we're doing, we're gonna lift up, bring that leg through. We're gonna do that 3 times. This was core, like some of my core work in pregnancy for sure. And here, and one more. Lift up, bring it through, find that hand. And now we're gonna take this leg. We're gonna go to downward dog since we did that on the other side. Downward dog first. Push through your hands. Inhale. Lift your heels and drop them to the left. Inhale, your heels back to center, and drop them all the way to the right. Inhale your heels back to center, and we're going to find a bear. So the bear position is a neutral spine as best you can with weight about 60% in your legs and 40% in your hands. Try to get your heels on the ground. Beer's negotiating with her grandparents. And then bottom of the squat. I'm somebody that has to warm up all day long just to get in the bottom of a squat. Due to my childhood, if you can hang out in the bottom of the squat, this is a great opportunity. If you're like me and still warming up, you might want to grab a block. And from here, a little rotation. You're just going to go to the other side. I wonder what she's saying now. Okay. Find the ground again with your hands. Lift up your booty. Get that block out of the way. And then we're going to bring that leg, that left leg through. Woo! Bring them both down and chill out for a minute. That's some big stuff we've been working with. And for those of you that have done the BIRTHFIT Basics program, or you've done the coach course and you teach the BIRTHFIT Basics now, you've seen different basics in that little flow. So we've done dead bug. You could have even added happy baby at the beginning. We did a little shin box. We did an oblique sit. In order to get in kind of this jujitsu hip lift up deal, Turkish get up deal, a lead up would be the side plank for that. Squat, high bear. We've done lots of them inside of that. They're all prerequisites for that little flow. Okay, we're gonna stand up. You can stand up as functional as you want or as dysfunctional as you want. If you have some blocks, we're gonna work on this side lunge situation. And I wanted to throw this in here because some of you are like, oh, you're fit AF. I'm like, no, I'm not. As you just saw, I'm always working on my squat mobility and therefore this mobility coming up. So we're gonna have a nice wide straddle. Actually, if you have blocks, use them. If you have the position we want to get in, this I'll show you this ahead of time, is this side position where you're sitting on the ground, right? In the side lunge. This is the ultimate goal. This is, I would say, big time gold standard for hip mobility, decreasing hip pain, decreasing back pain, all the hip mobility, spinal mobility, all of it. If you can get in this position and sit on the ground and get yourself up, which we'll work on, that's amazing. And that's something I'll be working towards for years. We as kids can definitely, I at one point know I was able to do it in my life because I can see my little girl, she does things like this. But when we embrace the sedentary lifestyle, as somebody that had ankle cast, ACL, sat in desks for, 20 plus years, that really does a number on you. So definitely, she's negotiating. She doesn't want to wear regular clothes. She likes wearing her nightgowns. So we're gonna work on that. First, you want to line these blocks up, or if you have like stacked pillows, line them behind your couch pillows are best because they're nice and sturdy. And you want to get like 2 or 3 of them. Line them up behind your heels. Make sure your heels are about 2 inches in front. Next, we're simply going to rotate. Actually, start. We're just going to do a gentle straddle stretch. Walk your hands out. If you want to, go to fingertips. But we're going to fold over, taking 2 breaths. And I want you to check in. Do you feel the ground with the outside of your foot and your big toes, the inside part? And then inhale, have a flat back. And long, make a double chin with your spine, with your neck to elongate your spine. 2 breaths, and do that twice more. So 2 breaths here. Inhale for a flat back. Double chin. Get your shoulders out of your ears. Spread your collarbones. And last time, fold over. Next, inhale, lengthen. And then relax. All right. Now, you're going to shimmy over to that left leg. And we're going to get a deep lunge. Back right knee goes to the ground. If you need to pause here, if you got a belly, this may be where it stops. Or if it feels good, reach up. We're playing with, like here, you can see I'm dumping all the water out the front of my pelvis. I might want to just do that and then reach up. Now I have much more of a spinal neutral, pelvic neutral position. It does require a lot of action from this back leg or front leg. Take 2 breaths. And then we're going to lift up, back toe lifts, boop. We're going to go this position. So you're in a side lunge, foot on the ground. Come back to that block. If you can go all the way down without any assistance, by all means do that, please. Now, in order to come up, so we're on my left foot. If you have trouble, this is my right hand. I'm going to reach in the opposite corner with my right hand so I get a little rotational torque power going on, elasticity in my body. So I'm going to lean forward, boom, lean forward, pull, and then push through that leg. Okay? Let's sit back and try that again. So we're sitting back, we're reaching forward. Try to have it controlled, but you can see mine's not very controlled. You need to, where did that bug come from? What's in the, so we're gonna reach forward. Whoop. Woo, that was better. All right, we got 2 on this side. We're gonna rotate to the other side. Left knee goes down. Now we're stretching. Left hip flexor, right knee. Now play with the position of your pelvis. Reach up if that feels good. And then now we're going to do the side lunge here. So you're going to lift up, rotate your feet, use your hands as much as you need. Sit back on that block or whatever assistance. If you have a chair back there or a box, do that. Same thing. Now I'm on my right foot. This knee's tracking over my second and third toe. I'm reaching this hand forward to the opposite corner. If you need to put your hand down to push off, y'all do it. Whatever you got to do. Woo! Woo! I was trying big time there. Sit back down. I want you to try two here. I might use my hand on this side. Push up. All right. We're going to do that 2 more times on each side. So we get lots of sweat going on and lots of practice. So we're going to go back down, right knee on the ground. Find that tilt in your pelvis. Reach up for 2 breaths. When you're ready, boom, shift over. See this? You can even put, if you have like a little piece of wood, you could put that under your heels if that's your limiting factor. When I'm in the garage gym, I usually put like a little plate under my heels, and I can do it with that after I warm up pretty good. It's whatever can get you in the best position and still allow you to work or make you work. All right. You. And then when you're in this phase, you're literally pushing off the ground as best you can. And then lower back down. Here we go again. Oh, you see I'm getting better with warming up. All right, shift to the other side. 2 breaths. Okay. And when you're lowering down, woo, try to keep your heel on the ground as long as you can. I generally feel like the fascia behind my ankle is very tight. Years of taping ankles and playing soccer did my ankles no good. No benefits really. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that was much better. We got one more on this side. All right, I'm gonna do these last 2 without talking to you so I can really concentrate. Remember, starting the lunge, 2 breaths. Ooh, yeah, yeah, doing it. Last side. Okay. Ooh. Last one. Woo! All right, once you have completed that, shake your legs out. And then maybe do a check-in, like, how's your squat feel? Feels pretty dang good. Move your hips around. Woo! Hmm. All right, I know I wanted to hit on some low back stuff, low back, mid back stuff. So let me move the stuff. We will start to wrap it up. All right, we've got our hips open, thank God. From here, this is a 90-90 lunge. You're gonna put your arms out, get as close to the wall as you need. Take this inside hand and open it all the way up. Taking a breath, and then bring it back. You want to be pretty close to the wall here. Inhale, and exhale, and a breath. I'm going to do 3 more on this side. Bring it back, 2 more. Go ahead on things I need today. Last one on this side. It feels good. You can even press off a little bit. And then bring it back. We're going to switch sides. So get pretty close to the wall. Not a deep lunge. We've already done this. Inhale and open. Remember, stay for a breath. There we go again. Two more. Can't tell if I'm even, yeah. And last one. Woo. All right. If you want to get super crazy with this, let me see if I remember. You can start to do this. Start here. Come up. Lift your elbow. And go back. So your elbows lead the way. Or my left elbow starting on my left knee. Right elbow is trying to reach to the sky. Come up. Have that left elbow trace all the way, go all the way down. And my forehead is literally touching the wall. We're gonna do that one more time. I mean, you could come down here if you wanted to. Boop, starting position. Left elbow, left knee. Try to reach that right elbow up. Come back. That feels pretty good. Right, left elbow goes all the way. Now it goes all the way. You're really just playing with the range of motion you have available, right? Which for some of us moms that have nursed forever, it feels like, might be limited. So right knee's up, right elbow. Let's see what I got here. Left elbow goes back. Now my right knee, right elbow to right knee. This left elbow does not want to do anything, huh? And then we reach up, reach that right elbow. Almost like that right elbow is trying to reach the crack in the ceiling up there. Mm. You can see my body trying to contort in weird ways, huh? Reaching back, reaching forward, right elbow to right knee. And think about somebody pulling your spine so you have a little distraction going on. You want to think distraction rather than compression. Last one. Lean it back. That feels good. If it feels good. And then forwards. If you have a belly, this might be all that's available for you. You might get to like, as you start to turn in, hey, that's it. That's totally fine. Or you might be super flexible. Whew, and then shake it out. All right, y'all. That was pretty amazing. I want you to find a space on the ground. We're going to do a little child's pose. Big toes go together, knees go apart, and then walk your hands out. Forehead goes to the ground. Reach your booty cheeks to your heels. And take 5 diaphragm breaths. And give your body some gratitude for showing up today. Once you feel like your breath has kind of settled down after saying hello to your mid back, sit back on your heels. You can go palms up and take a few more breaths. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up today. For me, thank you so much today for showing up for yourself. That's the most important piece, because you are working on making yourself a better human, a more evolved version of yourself each and every day. So if you have any questions, as always, about the movements, about what we talked about, let me know. And I will see you next week, 10 a.m. Central for now, unless you hear otherwise. And y'all have a great week. Enjoy the rest of spring. Summer is around the corner. Bye.